joined by Minister of Agriculture Michelle O'Neill. Michelle, what a weekend.
Absolutely, it's fantastic. We're in the King's Hall here this morning for the Euro count for the 6 counties. We're expecting Martina to arrive any minute. There's certainly a buzz. You can see the results that we've had over the weekend have been fantastic. We've tripled the number of councillors that we have. So that speaks volumes. The public want Sinn Féin to represent them, and I think that's very evident. Well, the scenes were fantastic last night in the RDS when Lynn was elected, and we're all absolutely delighted for her. And today we'll also see Matt and Liadh coming closely behind her as well, being elected. And we expect Martina to top the poll here in the King's Hall. So it's a fantastic day of results for Sinn Féin. We have tripled our councillors over the weekend, and that is fantastic. And it's particularly pleasing to see so many young people and so many women being elected. Sinn Féin are true about putting people forward women into winnable seats, and that's been borne out, I suppose, with the election results. So particular word of congratulations to all of them, and even to Linda Dillon, my own friend, who was elected in Mid-Ulster at the weekend as well. It's fantastic and it's great to see.
Martina, honestly, a quick word of live and talk back. How do you think it's going to go? You're expected to top the poll.
Well, I will wait on the outcome of the vote. This is a historic day for Sinn Féin. I've already spoken to Lynn Boylan, our MEP in Dublin, and our other 2 candidates are doing extremely well.
Martin McGuinness, you've been all around Ireland, I think, in the past 24 hours, 36 hours. If you think back to the last European election, the DUP mantra then was, let's stop Sinn Féin topping the poll. They haven't played that card this time.
Well, everything changes, nothing stays the same. This has been a stunning election for Sinn Féin all over the island of Ireland. It's a watershed election, and that has massive implications for the change in political landscape, which will no doubt see a huge increase in Sinn Féin's representation in Dáil Éireann at the next election. So we're here today alongside Martina. I was in Castlebar last night, very confident that Matt Carthy is going to be elected. Liadh and Riada in the south also elected alongside Lynn Boylan. To have 4 MEPs, when you think back to 1918 and the election there when Sinn Féin was the largest party all over the island of Ireland, you have 4 MEPs representing every one of Ireland's 32 counties is an incredible achievement.
A stupendous result. We're in here waiting on Martina's result coming through. We know she's going to get through. She's probably going to be one of 4 MEPs. For the first time, we're going to have people representing every single county in Ireland in a European election. There's 4 regions, but in the end, it represents the whole island of Ireland. You look to the elections in the local government elections, we're now the biggest party in terms of the number of councillors we have throughout the island of Ireland. That's the first time since 1918. So everybody's up and at it. Everybody realises that people have put their trust in us, that what we have to do now is we have to use that trust that they've given to us, not only to build more trust and to build a proper alternative. We are the alternative in the south, and we are in government in the north. We now have a huge representation in the European Parliament. We will also be part of GUI NGL, which will be a substantial kingmaker there as well. So, we're in a new era. I think we have to use the power that we've been given. We're here to represent people. We're here to make a difference to people on the island of Ireland, to make their lives easier. We're here to get a united Ireland. We are on the one road, if you like, and it's Northmen, Southmen and women, and we're on the march, and we want to make a big difference to people's lives. In the end, if you're an elected rep, getting elected is the first part of it, but the rest of it is what will you do with the time that you're elected. So when you come to the end of that, unlike other parties, that we can say, well, this is what we promised, this is what we said we would do. Now we've made, even if you haven't achieved everything that you want to achieve, we've made every effort to achieve that, and I think that's what we need to do.
Michelle Gildernew from Anna South Throne are used to providing all the drama, maybe not this weekend?
Do you know what? It's great when the focus is on somebody else, but it has been a brilliant week, and obviously people across the island of Ireland have come out to vote for us. Thousands of people have worked for us. We've had fantastic candidates across 32 counties. It has really been the culmination of not weeks of hard work, but months and years, and we've got to this point because Sinn Féin has responded to their electorate. We've delivered on our promises, and we've stuck by our principles, and that's not something that every political party in this island can say. So it's great to see we've more young people elected, we've more women elected, and of course the icing on the cake, 4 MEPs across Ireland. Just absolutely amazing. Martina Anderson's going back to Europe, not on her own this time, but please go with Matt Carthy, with Lynn Boylan and with Liadh and Riada. And what a formidable team to be sent to Europe, to say to European politicians and officials, the Irish people will not be talked down to, and we will ensure that the most vulnerable in our society, those who need the most help, are not the ones who suffer the most with austerity packages.
Hi, Martina. Fair play. Doing good.
Come on.
Right, Bobby, you didn't miss that.
Hi, Michelle.
Fair play. Right. Good, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
A warm embrace has to be said with Martina Anderson, who, even though we haven't had a declaration, we know she's top of the poll, and we know that she's going to be elected in the first count. Gerry Adams, what do you make of this result?
Well, I want to explain to Paul that it's purely comradely. So,
We don't doubt that for a moment. Let's stick to the politics.
a totally platonic hug. I think Martina and our whole team here, as they have across the island, have done remarkably well. And I want to commend Martina. We haven't yet got the final count, as you point out. But I've just left Cork, and Liadh and Riada is going to be elected this evening. So we have 2 Irish women in the 2 cities in the northeast and in the southwest of the island been elected, joining Lynn Boylan, and we expect fully that Matt Carthy will be elected also. And that's on top of the very best performance at local government level, north and south, in a lifetime. So Sinn Féin have done extremely well, and all of that's only important insofar as we can use the mandate to improve conditions for citizens, to deal with the hardship in people's lives, to advance our peaceful mission to bring about Irish unity, and also, of course, to promote the unity of orange and green and harmony. And Martin McGuinness will be leading our party as quickly as the other party leaders are prepared to do it, into talks to get the rest of the Haas and Megan O'Sullivan proposals implemented with all speed.
The number of first preference votes given for each candidate was as follows. Jim Allister, Traditional Unionist Voice, TUV, 75,806. 75806. Martina Anderson, Sinn Féin, 159,000. Martina Anderson has reached the quota and is deemed elected.
Well, I'm thrilled for Martina and obviously thrilled for the project. This has been an astonishing election for Sinn Féin all over the island of Ireland, and to be in a position now where we have 4 MEPs who can truly say they represent every one of Ireland's 32 counties. Huge achievement given the vote for Sinn Féin in 1918 of historic proportions. Well, I think these have been watershed elections. Of that there can be no doubt. With the political landscape changed, and I believe changed forever. There's every expectation now that the next general election in the south, whenever that will be, that Sinn Féin will be returned with a thumping mandate. And of course, in that context, the media are fixated now about the prospect of Sinn Féin being in government, but we will only be in government on terms that suit us. We don't intend to make the same mistakes that the Labour Party have made on 2 occasions in the course of our recent history. And of course, nothing can be decided until we see how we do in the election, what our party's strength is, but just as importantly, what the party strengths of all the other parties are. So we'll not be presumptive about what will happen in the aftermath of the other side of the election, except to say that we are going to be in a very strong position to negotiate and to deliver for our people.
Martina Anderson, MEP, poll topper, how does it feel?
Well, almost 160,000 people here in the north voted for myself and for Sinn Féin, and they did so in support of our peace process, but also the kind of policies that we are offering them. They know that I was the only MEP that was standing up for them, and I did that regardless of their political preference or their religious denomination. I represented all the people, not just Republicans, and therefore I think that was reflected today. Whilst it was certainly a vote for our peace process and for our policies, I also think it was a personal vote for the work that I have been doing over the last 2 years, and I look forward to the fact that Sinn Féin looks to be set to have the only male MEP ever to be elected to represent us, and he is going to be surrounded by 3 women. So the 4 of us going back, the lonely road to Brussels is no more. I'm looking forward to going back to defend the peace process, to stand up for small businesses, for farmers and rural dwellers, for the community and voluntary sector, and to maximise the opportunities that there are in Europe, as well as challenge the poster boy of Europe, and that's Enda Kenny, and what they have been doing in Europe and how they have been presented as the ones that are delivering austerity the best. Well, they got their message, I think, this week from the people of Ireland, and they have voted for 4 strong Sinn Féin voices to go back to Europe to stand up for them.